Sometimes things are tough, but if you got your family, it's enough. Making lots of friends along the way, especially in the Great Taste Gang. We've got your latest food news and scores from the Cardinals and the Blues. Nikki's part of the crew, and Greg Warren too. SeaWorld and Brando and Casey too. And Afton and Sean and Emily. And Mark and Marty and Randy. Guy and Risley. And all the moms and convies. Welcome to the Courtney Show.
Good morning. We have a full week of shows for you, and the whole show is here. Chris was out on Friday, headed to Arkansas to work with Greg Warren on some stuff. How was your weekend in Arkansas?
It was awesome. It was really great. I mean, Greg is so funny, and Sean O'Brien was there, and the three of us drove down together. And then Ben, from Ben and Joey.
Our old buddy Ben.
Ben V, he came down with us as well. So we had a lot of laughs, a lot of fun. And then the owner of that club down there is this just hilarious, awesome character. He was in the Army, and when he came back, he was just like not feeling great. And this was like, a few decades ago. And when he came back, he just wasn't feeling great, wasn't feeling like himself for a really long period of time. And then he went to a comedy club one night, and then bam, he was back to his regular self. Was like, had the greatest night. He got kicked out because they thought he was heckling because he was laughing so hard and having such a great time. And he was like, if I ever do well in life, I'm going to own a comedy club. So he did really, really well. He worked with Walmart and, he crushed it. And then he bought himself a comedy club, and now he's got a comedy club, and he loves Greg. So he was like, yeah, you guys do what you need to do. And he was really helpful. But I mean, it was a great weekend. Greg was just mowing people down. Wrestling friends were down there.
Oh, that's
Mizzou
cool.
friends were down there.
Because he also did some of his older stuff, right? So you guys can film it, which, man, you're lucky. You got to see a little bit of everything from
Playing
Greg.
the hits.
Yeah, we definitely got some of the hits, and it was great. He was amazing. And then we were just, you're hanging out with Greg for 3 days straight. You're doing a lot of laughing.
Yeah, definitely.
So it was a pretty awesome time. And then Ben and I on the way home were like, let's, Fayetteville is, it's all the Waltons and all that stuff. Well, Alice Walton has like the biggest endowment of any.
Oh, you went to the art museum?
Went to the art museum, and it was awesome. There's a Frank Lloyd Wright house there that it's like it's called Crystal Bridges. And we saw a bunch of stuff, and then we're walking through, and it's, it's an American, it's got like the largest collection of artists, like American artists, maybe in the country, I think. Mm-hmm. And you're just walking through, looking at things, and all of a sudden I like trip over something and I kick a bunch of like things that are on the ground, and I turn around, and I'm like, I think that's an art exhibit. I just kicked all this stuff. And it was. It was, but it wasn't.
It was supposed to be kicked?
A bunch of people were like, looked over and like were laughing at me, and it was pretty funny. But yeah, it was like this, and I brought some of it back, but I don't have it today. But it's like a pile of candy by a bench. So an artist had like a pile of like root beer barrels.
And you just...
and I just kicked the crud out of it. And everyone was looking at me, and then like the art exhibit lady was like, what have you done? But then was really cool about it. It was like, no, it's fine.
What have you done?
You can eat them if you want. And then, so I grabbed a bunch for us to try them today.
We're going to eat art.
So that we could eat art. So I'll bring them in.
I would have a real problem if there's stuff on the ground, because Nick says I never look down when I'm walking. I march straight ahead.
Yeah, it's a problem. When we were lighting Greg's, we did some like kind of decent lighting, and they put some uplights on the curtains, and there was 2 of them, and I kicked both of them within 60 seconds of each other. The lighting guy was like, it's fine, these are old lights. And I was like, okay, cool. And so I'm like walking along, fixing the drape, and just kick. So yeah, it was a good weekend. What about you?
Oh, okay. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. Friday I had a weird day on the way home. I was real spacey, kind of all day and all weekend. And I had an issue. I was talking to my old friend Trish on the phone on my way home. And all of a sudden, the tire light that's on in your car? goes on.
Like the tire gate, like to tell you if the tire's low?
Yes. It looks like I don't even know what it's supposed to be, but it's like a half circle. Well, that's been on forever in my car, so I just disregard it.
Right.
Well, over the holidays, when I was taking my car out shopping, Nick's like, you better get some air in these two tires on the driver's side. They look low. I'm like, okay. Well, I went out in that car that Friday before Christmas. Remember how cold it was? I'm like, there is no way. I'm only going like little places, not far away. There's no way I'm going to be out there putting air in a tire.
Yeah,
so I forgot
your
about
tires will understand.
So I forgot about it. Okay. So then I'm on my way home. I'm on the highway. And then not just that little light, but a big thing on my screen came up and it just has a picture of a tire and it says maintenance. And I'm like, uh-oh. So I get off I get it off on the next exit. The first place I go, their tire thing is out.
Of course.
And it's also a credit card thing. So you have to use a credit card, which is fine with me because who has quarters anyway? So then I go to the next one down the street, credit card thing. I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like, give me my air for free.
Yes.
Yes.
So many places do that.
Really bothersome. So I want you guys to guess how much air I had in both of those tires when I went to put the air in. It tells you
The PSI.
where I was.
A percentage or PSI?
I don't know what either of those mean, but I had to get up to 30
PSI.
Yes.
So PSI.
So let's say PSI.
Were they both around the same?
They're both exactly the same.
Oh, 12.
Because it's supposed to be, what, 30?
Yeah, it
35?
depends on the tire.
Yes.
And like the weather and all that stuff.
Yeah, I bet under 15 you get the red flag warning.
Okay. So your guess is what?
I'm going to say 12.
Okay.
9.
13.
Oh,
13.
I wouldn't think a tire would
13.
run at 13.
And then Nick.
which basically means you haven't brought your car into a place in forever. Because
No.
they usually, if you get your oil changed and all that
Yes.
stuff, they'll check all that stuff out.
Yeah, or you need a new oil change guy.
Well, that light's even on when they put air in it. That light.
Yeah, that's the problem is
Yes.
when you're like, just get used to, like a sensor goes out or something, then you just ignore whatever
Yes.
it's sensing.
So I have no idea what's real and what's false.
It's nice that it has like a secondary warning.
Oh, yeah, like, hey, dummy.
I'm serious. Quit ignoring the orange one.
13.
This is the red one.
Oh my
New
gosh.
cars now tell you the what PSI you have currently.
Yeah,
Like
and each
they'll just-
wheel, too.
Oh,
which
they
is
do.
nice.
Yeah, I have all that maintenance stuff, but I don't understand any of it.
Right.
Did you ever think about getting a new car?
I know.
I mean, just throwing
What
that
do we
out
got to
there.
do to get you?
Into a new car. But then Nick, of course, blamed himself. I should have taken it up and put air in it. I'm like, no, you told me. I just didn't listen. It was too cold.
Too cold.
Too cold for air. So how was your weekend, Brando and Tim? Your weekends?
Yeah, good. What did you do?
Mine was good. It was very low key. We put away Christmas, which I'm assisted with, which I realized I'm a bit of a lunatic because I would have to like look at how she packed everything and make sure the ornaments were packed properly.
Really?
Made a fool of myself a few times in that process. And lots of baby time, man. He is just seemingly overnight just busy now. You know, like he can crawl and he wants to be anywhere except for where he is at the time. There is no he sits on your lap for a little bit. It is I can get across the room. He hears a noise. He wants to see what Max is doing. He follows Emma all around the house. But it is, you know, my dad used to come over and play with him, and he would just kind of play with him for like an hour, and we'd be able to do other things in the house. And it's exhausting now, you know, but he's kicking and anyway, he's getting big. But he did, unless Emma tells me otherwise, sleep through the night last night, which is a very big deal.
See, he wore himself out.
Even
Unless
at this
Emma
point.
tells me
stuff.
otherwise.
Because sometimes I sleep and she's like, oh no, I was up at 3.
You're like, what?
But
Are
I
you
think
sure?
I checked the monitor. I think he pretty much slept through the
Is
night.
he close to walking?
He wants to. I would not say that he's close. People are debating whether he'll do it by the time he's 1 or not, which is in next
Well, if he
month.
doesn't do it soon, you'll never go to college.
Oh, no.
So you know, yeah. I mean, I hate to throw that out there, but
So not actually walking. He wants to. He's very, very aggressive with the. You know, he'll go from table to table and be very proud of himself, like without sitting down. So, yeah, he's a handful, but it's fun.
And you got the first birthday coming up. It's exciting time for you.
I know. I think we're going to do the Emma.
You have
theme.
to.
I think that makes the most
She's
sense.
not crazy about the idea.
I know she's
I
not,
think
but
it's
it's
hilarious.
funny. It's so good. Remember did we talk about this on the air? The little kid that had he was obsessed with some kind of injury attorney.
Oh, yeah.
And so the whole party was this injury attorney's face everywhere.
Yeah, at the time of his life.
Yeah. Brando, what about you? Did you also take Christmas stuff down?
Yes. So the last thing left was, because I got most of it down the weekend before, but I still had the Christmas tree up. And so I decided to take that down. But as I went to go take it down, I realized it was like growing. It had little fresh green shoots all around it. And we've had real trees before, but they usually by now they're just dead. But it was like hanging on to life.
Oh, well, that makes me sad.
I know. I was like, well, I don't want to take it down now. And so I hatched the scheme. I'm like, I'm going to see if I can get this thing to grow.
You're going to replant it?
Yeah. And so I Googled it, and Google said, no, it will not work.
It did?
Yeah, I was like,
It needs
no.
roots.
Well, I thought, like, maybe it's rooting. Like, maybe it's doing its thing down there.
It just, I mean,
It's
it would have, it's a lovely idea.
Oh, that's sad
I
to
just
me.
I felt so sad because usually they dry out
Yes.
and die. So that was very sad to throw out the living Christmas tree. But I did finally do it, and I got a new sweatshirt. You guys see?
Yeah, it looks tie-dyed.
Yeah.
What does it say?
It just says St. Louis on it.
Oh, yeah.
From Rally House. I had to take one back that didn't fit, and they didn't have the one that I want. I had an emo sweatshirt, and I couldn't find a size that
Very
fit.
hypercolor looking.
Yeah. And
It's
so
like the old 90s when you touch it.
I feel like like I've been touched in the 90s. But I put it on last night, and Aaron walked into the room, and he stopped cold and went, whoa, where'd you get that sweatshirt? And I was like, oh, I got it at Rally House. It's like, I really like it. So it is teenager
approval.
approved, which means I am too old to be wearing this design.
All right, well,
hip.
we do have a lot of stuff on the show today. Tickets to give away this week. We'll give you a chance to win Monster Jam tickets with Throwback Live. We have tickets for Big Love. That's that Fleetwood Mac tribute. That's with First Five Notes. And I think we're going to have some Funny Bone tickets to give away for Tim's headlining appearance at Streets of St. Charles.
Is that right?
I hope so.
I can't believe
I've
it's
got
here.
some emails going back and forth. So
you're in negotiations.
it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And we also premiere our Song of the Day, chosen by you, the Great Taste Gang.
Yes.
And you can go to our website at 1065thearch.com and nominate a song that you would like us to play. And every day, Monday through Friday, at 10 a.m., we will close out the show with the GTG Song of the Day. So go on the website and nominate a song you would like to hear when we close out our show daily. Besides that, lots of stuff. Hollywood Outsider, of course, Food Court. We have some numbers to look at. So a lot of stuff to get to. If you guys want to be a part of the show, you can text us on the Cheney Window and Door text line, 314-669-4665.
The Hollywood Outsider on 106.5 The Arch.
Steven Spielberg says he's never been high. I mean, did we believe this?
Join the club, Stevie.
Maybe.
I guess.
Although,
I mean, looking at him now, I'm like, oh, of course, that guy's
yeah,
never been
but
high.
he did
then
hang around with,
if you look at him back in the day, you're like, he was like a hippie practically.
yeah.
So, I mean, I guess.
I don't know. His first directing was on a Columbo episode, so you know,
And you know,
it's a little more
Columbo
straight-laced.
was stoning it up, man. Is that a thing? I don't know.
I don't think he would have a reason to lie about this.
Right. It's true. It's nerdy now.
Or he's just so far removed from who he was as a 22-year-old that he just doesn't even remember if he would have anyway. And it's more funny for him to be like, I don't know, I've never been stoned.
I can see him never being stoned.
Yeah. Well, he ran into Seth Rogen on the red carpet, and they asked him, the two of them together, like, hey, which of Seth's stoner movies do you like the most? And that was when he was like, well, I've never been stoned, but I don't consider them stoner movies anyway. So, I don't know. It sounds like Superbad was his favorite, but I don't think he'd come up with a name. So he kind of was like dancing around it, like, Superbad, get it. All right, that's the one. Former child actor Adam Rich from 8 is Enough passed away on Saturday. He was found in his Los Angeles home. He's only 54. Adam played Nicholas Bradford on the show 8 is Enough. I don't know that show very well. When I looked him up, I'm like, oh, yeah,
I know
remember
it very
that kid,
well.
but
The Bradfords, Abby and Dick Van Patten.
Yeah, Dick Van Patten.
Yeah, that was his big show. He battled addiction and mental illness for years. So I'm sure we'll learn more about that. But he was last in the 2003 movie, Dickie Roberts' former child star.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he's one of the former child. I didn't see that. Isn't that...
I never saw it either.
Spade, yeah, right? Someone thought it was a good idea to make Mel Gibson the Grand Marshal of one of the Mardi Gras parades in New Orleans this year.
Of the Mardi Gras parade.
Well, I didn't know how many there are.
I think it's the main one.
I didn't
Barkus?
recognize the
Am I
name.
making
Is
that
that
up?
what it's called?
I don't
When
know.
I read it, I was like, is that the main one or is there like another one? There's probably multiples.
There probably are, but there's always one big
Is
celebrity.
the big one. Well, some other people didn't think it was such a great idea, so they have rescinded the invitation to him.
Yeah.
So he was going to do it. He was in.
I don't even know if he had agreed to it.
I'm sure he had. Jennifer Coolidge, I think, was the Grand Marshal last year.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Mel, what else you got going on? I'll do it. Why not?
He's in. He's making movies.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
Without a doubt.
It'd be good for his image to do something like that.
But man,
Like,
if you
he's
ever
cool. He's head of this parade.
if you ever hear the audio of him, it's so gross.
When he was pulled over and did all that?
No,
or-
that and the one with his ex.
It's all.
It's the hot tub.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
And I don't think grand anything should be a title that
No.
Mel Gibson
Well,
has.
grand something.
yeah.
Porn star Ron Jeremy is facing dozens of counts of sexual assault, but it sounds like he won't be going to jail anytime soon. Doctors say he's suffering from severe dementia and will probably be declared unfit to stand trial. So the question has been, does he really have this or is he faking it? The doctors are like, no, we don't think he's faking it.
I don't
Both
think
sides.
guys in his line of work are very good actors.
Yeah. Good point.
So they say he's probably going to likely be sent to like a state-run hospital. But they're going to watch his condition. They're going to keep an eye on him. Because if he gets in, he's just like, woo!
Right.
Like, all right, get back out here, you hedgehog. Claire Danes and Hugh Dancy are expecting. This will be their third child together. They've got 2 little boys, so congratulations to them. BuzzFeed put together a list of movie and TV show scenes that they say were hard to shoot because everyone kept laughing. It's an interesting list. So on the list, so there's some TV and there's some movies. So like the Seinfeld episode where Jerry's interrogated by the library cop. And I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
we just talked about that
That guy
episode.
just passed away.
Was that what it is?
few
Yeah,
months
you're
ago.
right. They said that Jerry couldn't stop laughing during the whole thing because he just found the whole concept so ridiculous.
Because, yes, and that guy is so good.
Right.
And just a great straight man. The other one on Seinfeld, though, I remember seeing them having a hard time getting through was Elaine and Jerry Stiller when they have a big fight at the police station. And it's you want a piece of me?
Yeah.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
They list This Is 40, Melissa McCarthy's character berating and threatening Leslie Mann and
It's
Paul
so
Rudd.
funny. The outtakes are hilarious.
They said that nobody could keep a straight face because Melissa was just insulting them like one after another.
And she never cracks up the whole time.
Stranger Things, the one episode where Hopper lies about there being something wrong with Mike's grandma. I think it was in the last season because he wants to get him away from 11. And they said David Harbour, every time he would just say the word grandma, he would lie. Start
Why?
laughing. I don't know. It doesn't explain. Just like he
Now,
would just be like,
Nana, I could
"Your
see having a hard
grandma,"
time.
And then he'd be like, laugh, and they couldn't get through the thing. This I thought was hilarious. So the Usual Suspects. You remember the lineup scene in Usual Suspects? So it's all of them, Kevin Pollak and everybody. Well, they talked to Kevin Pollak about it. He said, we couldn't get through this because we kept laughing. He said, plus, Benicio del Toro,
Oh, man. He was so good in that.
well, he had gas.
Oh.
So that was happening the whole time. And then they would try to get back together, and then it would happen again, and they all have to walk away.
I haven't seen that movie in so long. I think
Well,
it's
you
time
don't-
for a rewatch.
But do you watch it
I
again?
don't know.
It's one of those movies where I love it, but like
Now that
then
you know.
then it all ties up.
Right. It's
You know?
probably fun to watch knowing that. Like,
Yeah,
Fight
it's
Club
been long
or
enough. I
something,
haven't that I haven't seen it. It'd be like Memento. I haven't seen Memento in so long. It would be maybe fun to go watch it again because I don't quite remember how it all came together anymore. And then Friends. They list a couple Friends episodes. One, your favorite, The Pivot,
Oh, pivot!
where they're trying to get the couch down the chair,
Yes.
down the stairs. They said everybody was laughing during that. Hugh Jackman says he's not ready to play Wolverine again. He says it'll take him 6 months to get into shape to play the role in Deadpool 3. 6 months? It would take me
Oh my God.
a
6 years.
lifetime. I would never get there. Jane Fonda may not be faking her love for Tom Brady in that 80 for Brady movie. She says when she met him, she got starstruck and was weak in the knees. Ooh. She's also very old, so she may have just got weak in the knees. SOS by SZA is the #1 album in the country. It's been at the top spot for 4 weeks straight. So I guess that probably took over for Taylor, right? Because she was dominating there for a while. And your country quick hit for the day, Joe Don Rooney and his wife Tiffany Fallon are getting a divorce. She says it's because he's drunk, and he says it's because she can't stop doing hanky-panky stuff with their personal trainer.
Well, that's pretty juicy.
Juicy stuff. Country quick hit for the day. I'm Brando, your Hollywood outsider.
The Courtney Show.
Can't wait to show my friends today. Best thing I saw yesterday.
And these are the best things that we saw over the weekend online. I've actually had this one for a while. Complete disclosure.
Thank you for being honest.
But it made me laugh, and I think it'll be great on the Courtney Show STL story on Instagram and Facebook. But it's a feline petting chart, and it just has an outline of a cat and all their different areas that you can or cannot pet. And it's like, on the back, sure. On the head, yes. On the the back of their back. Yeah. Oh my God, yes. But then you get to the stomach, certain death. The tail, just stop. Any of the legs, nope, no way, definitely not. And I just found it to be very humorous. And then I got a memory that popped up over the weekend, and it was the best thing that I saw because I can still remember this. We had a thing with Paula Cole many, many years ago.
We all had a moment with Paula Cole.
Where she came in town and she did a meet and greet and did like an acoustic performance. And it's me with our boss now and then a couple other people in the picture. And the funniest part, the reason I enjoy it so much is because this event was at the train wreck downtown. Mm-hmm. And Paula Cole was a big time vegan. And at the train wreck downtown, it was heads of animals everywhere. And nobody thought to maybe change that. And so it was a very uncomfortable.
She's like,
How
I'm
was
in
she?
a room of death.
She was great.
Good.
She really was. She wasn't.
Yeah.
But I just got lots of enjoyment out of seeing that. And then I like this. It's a picture of Stacey and Clinton that used to host the show called What Not to Wear. Do you guys have any idea? Okay, well, it was the big show for a while. It says, this person, Sophia, says, yes, life is hard now, but in the early 2000s, your coworkers could secretly nominate you for what not to wear. So, like, you could be working in an office and somebody would nominate you for them to come in because you were such a terrible dresser.
Oh, man.
Yes. And then they would change your whole wardrobe.
I'd be in trouble.
If you knew the show, you might find it a little more amusing. All right, what about you guys?
I'm just going to do one. I had one that's kind of sports related, but I think it's going to be covered in sports today. So I'll just do this one quick. It just says The Resident Artist and His Art. And it's a picture of a cat sitting in an office chair that the cat has obviously just destroyed.
Oh my gosh, look at that
and the
chair.
cat is just looking so proud with his picture that's just been annihilated.
Oh my gosh.
Right now, Stella is in the process of destroying this nice leather chair that we got. That easy chair that
leather's not good for cats.
The other cats, they're fine with it. They don't care. They're not scratching at all.
There's always
But
one.
She's just like, this is
Or
wonderful.
2.
Yep.
Or 3. All right, is that it? That's you?
Yeah, I'll just.
All right, what about you guys?
I've got a couple. There's a tweet from Jeanette Cordova. It says, it's interesting growing up and learning that most adults are not smart. I had my suspicions as a kid, but I didn't think the situation was this dire. And then you guys saw that Cristiano Ronaldo is going to play soccer in Saudi Arabia, and they just announced that Saudi Arabia is changing their laws to allow him to live with his girlfriend, who he's not married to.
Oh,
there's
really?
very strict laws that you can only live together.
Is it just for him?
If you're
They're
married.
like, he's worth it.
Yeah, so it's the tweet. The tweet is announced that Saudi Arabia is set to bend its marriage law to allow Cristiano Ronaldo to live with his partner, Georgina Rodriguez. Saudi Arabian marriage law forbids couples that are not married from living together. And somebody shares that tweet and says, girl, if he'd rather ask a country to change their long-held laws. Can you imagine? It's so funny. She's just like, I mean, wouldn't it just be easier?
Why
He's
don't
like,
we
no,
just
I
get married?
I would have called my lawyer. We're going to work this out,
That
babe.
is so funny. What about you, Chris?
Do you guys remember this meme of this kid holding a Popeyes cup? This kid right here.
No,
He's like
he's
looking to
cute.
the side.
No.
It's pretty. It's like it's a little bit old, but it's used all the time in Reddit. I mean, I see it. You see it, every week basically. Well, he's in high school now, and he just won a state championship for high school football.
You're kidding.
Oh my gosh. I love to see these kids that have been used in memes and where they are now.
Yeah.
Great. He's making the face with his
Trophy. So he's liking that. And then I like this tweet. It's from Miss Redacted. I think people who like Bloody Marys are lying. Cold vodka tomato soup. Let's be serious. It seems like it's insane.
It doesn't.
I love a Bloody
You do?
Mary. I do.
I don't get it either.
And then I really like this one. So I guess in NASA you take like your official portrait and you like wear the spacesuit.
Mm-hmm.
And this one guy has his official portrait and has his rescue dogs in it.
Oh, I love that so much.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's
He looks
great.
really happy.
Oh, that's great.
Sadly,
I like that one, too.
the dogs are going to have to go to space with him, too. I don't think they're going to enjoy it.
Those are the best things we saw.
The Courtney Show.
I saw this article. Somebody went through a bunch of old newspapers from 1923 to see what experts were predicting back then for 100 years from now. In 2023, this will be something that we're going to see. So here's just some of the highlights.
The Courtney Show will be number 2.
Avatar 2.
Telepathy will exist. This article said, one said that we'd even be able to speak telepathically with babies. Homes won't have kitchens anymore. And this article said that we'd have ways to make food using, quote, chemical formulas and wouldn't need to cook anymore.
I mean, we got that toaster oven. That feels like the future every time you use it.
Let's see. Flying from Chicago to Germany will only take 18 hours.
Yeah, that
What does it
that Concorde thing, what happened?
It's half of that.
Don't you think that we were onto something there with like the supersonic flights?
Well, yeah, but now it's only like they said about 9 hours to get to Germany.
So they predicted 18, which was a short projection.
Yes.
And we cut it down to 9.
All right.
Way to go.
Emma's going to Germany next week.
She is?
Yeah.
For work or for
Work.
just...
Brando's always very confused how you guys live your life.
I'm too.
Like, she's just going to go to Germany?
I'm also confused by it.
This isn't a good idea.
How long is she going to be in Germany? How long is she going
Look,
to
I'm
be in
usually on Team Emma's side. But she got to find a new job. Sorry, Emma. Moving on.
Sunday to Thursday. Yeah. Well, I can't. I got to get through the weekend.
I know. The average life expectancy.
Like, everybody's saying it. I'll put it out there.
I'm not saying anything because I don't know how it is to have children. So I know I've got it good.
Imagine leaving Peebo to go to Germany.
Well, I couldn't. I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
you just can't.
I mean, I'd have to find somebody to watch people.
Nick
of
would
course.
stay behind.
Yes, Nick would stay behind. The average life expectancy will be 100 years old. Another expert said 300. That's not true.
Think about how many people are living to 100 now.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not the average, but
back then, the life expectancy was 57 years old.
Suckers.
And now it's around 76.
that Cassidy, who I used to work with here, her grandma just turned 104.
Wow.
And she's like all there, man. She's
Really?
great. Yes, it's amazing.
The oldest living person is set to turn 119 next month.
I think the oldest American just died like within the last few weeks. She was 115.
Holy moly.
She was just like a few weeks. She and her husband were just a maybe years shy of their 65th wedding anniversary.
I saw a couple that just celebrated like some huge, both of them were still alive, some big wedding anniversary. But I don't know if that's the same
Yeah, I don't
story.
know.
You know what the
115.
key to their happiness
Hans
was?
beer.
Oh, no, I was talking about their marriage.
Oh.
She goes to Germany.
Yes.
Women will paint their teeth black to be fashionable.
Whoa.
I wonder why they thought
We
that.
went totally the other way.
Yeah, that guy waited to the last minute to fill out the survey, and he just started.
He's like, you know what I'm really into? Chicks with all black teeth.
Apparently in 2023, according to 1923, there was supposed to be no ugly people.
Well, I don't
Don't
think
go to
there
San
are.
Antonio.
They thought beauty pageants would become obsolete because it would be almost impossible to choose a winner.
I mean, that's kind of the Gattaca thing.
Yeah.
Think about it.
And like that, something you brought up in Randos a few weeks ago about
Yeah. Now you can start doing the
hair color and
hair
that kind
color,
of
eye
thing.
color, stuff like that.
And the final one, people will work a max of 4 hours a day.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
The headline was, no more hard work by 2023. They said electricity would make it possible to have 4-hour work days.
I mean, I don't feel like we're working too hard in here today.
No matter what innovation that people come up with to help, like, eliminate work, employers
Bad
will just
bosses.
fill it up. Yeah,
Now
Bad
we'll
bosses.
just do
fill
more
it up.
with
Yeah,
less.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we've got Food Court coming up in just a few minutes. It's the Courtney Show.
Food Court.
1065 The Arch.
Food Court is brought to you by Schnucks Rewards. Reward yourself. Earn 2% back on every purchase with the Schnucks Rewards app. A couple of local things I want to mention. I saw that Gallagher's in Waterloo reopened. Is that true?
Did it? We were just talking about it this weekend because somebody asked me, like, when are they going to reopen? I'm like, I think it's soon because I know they were hiring, wait staff and everything. So I'm not surprised that they are now officially open. But
I don't know
I've
if-
seen pictures of the inside and it's wildly different.
Yeah, they've been closed for a long time, and it was one of the more popular restaurants. I've heard great things about their food. I've never had it.
Well, they've changed the menu, which people are freaking out about.
Oh, really?
I think they still have a few of the things, but it's become a very classy joint.
I don't have the official word. There's just a story that popped up on my Facebook feed that said Gallagher's restaurant, old school charm with a twist. And your Gallagher's is similar to my Fletcher's.
What's the twist with Gallagher's that it's never open?
Yeah,
The twist has been closed for 3 years.
they really did. They shut it down because it was shut down when we did our donut thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a long time ago.
It looks amazing. I'm excited to go in and kind of check it out and see what they've done. I mean, they've just completely changed the building on the inside and the menu too. So it's all fancy. It's all stacked up stuff. You know what I mean?
No.
Oh,
like
yeah, I
a
like that.
something,
Yep.
and then something on top of that, and something, and then it's on a big plate, and then there's like some kind of drizzle over it. Like it's
Yeah.
all fancy now.
Stack it up.
They smash watermelons for dessert? Is that a
But they do. They throw them off the roof and
good idea? That's a good
make some
hook.
jokes and
Gallagher's? Yeah.
Some other local information. I finally went to a Scooter's coffee over the
did you?
weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed it. I got a latte. It was very nice.
Huh.
So good job, Scooters.
Hear that endorsement.
Here's what
Rolling in.
I do have to say this. They have to say scoot around to all of their.
They do? You have to
Yes.
scoot
I
around?
kind of like it.
You do?
I kind of like it.
Did you get the bubble lid? Remember, Greg doesn't like the bubble
I did
lid.
not
there.
get-
It's really upset.
I did not get a bubble lid there.
They're just blowing up all over here.
Yeah. But I just went to one and they've gotten so much talk. I figured I'd tell you.
Right.
I finally went by one.
You know why they're blowing up? Because they're delicious, convenient, and priced right.
Trying to get blood from a stone.
saying.
They ain't paying.
Okay. I also want to highlight, and you guys could do the same anytime you come in if this happens to you. But Nick went to Dairy Queen yesterday afternoon for us to. He picked up something for us to eat, and I got to tell you, the Dairy Queen over on I think it's Shiloh, and it's very busy all the time. Is one of the best run Dairy Queens in the state of Illinois.
Really?
I haven't been to all of them, but I've been to about 4 in Illinois. They just are on top of it. Their employees are great. They get everything right every time. So I just want to say,
Is the service similar to what I find at most scooters locations?
I did get a Butterfinger Blizzard too.
That's a good
For
choice.
you.
That's right. All right, other food. Anything you guys want to mention? Local food stories that you have before we move on to other
We
stories?
tried a new place, but I can't remember what it's called, so I'll have to find out.
Yeah, Alex and I were going to go out to dinner on Saturday night, and then we got a call from Aaron that Augie had puked everywhere, and so then we had to go straight home. So we just got McDonald's on the way home.
Your favorite.
No fun for me.
That does sound like fun to me.
All right, other stories. This is pretty interesting. It may be healthier, scientists say, and this was actually a study in 2015, to eat foods in a very specific order. Have you seen this before?
Yeah, and like combinations. There's certain
Yes, there's a
your body
combination.
will deal with certain combinations much better than others.
So the most important part is eating starchy or sugary stuff last.
Really?
Yeah, so back in the day when we were eating those TV dinners and the first thing you went to was that molten hot cherry pie thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? That'd be bad for you. So they say eating the stuff last, eating starchy and sugary makes your body digest the sugar more gradually so it doesn't get into your bloodstream right away and have your blood sugar spike. All right? They say if you do eat the starches and sugar first, it can spike by 75%. So here's the order. Vegetables and other high fiber foods first. Fats and proteins are next. Finished with simple carbohydrates and anything with a lot of sugar in it. They recently had a TikToker do this. He ate the exact same meal 2 days in a row. Broccoli, avocado, tuna, and rice. And that's the correct order you should eat them in. And when he did it the opposite way, his sugar spiked twice as much.
Ooh.
So he's probably digesting more of the sugar, doing it the right way then,
Yes.
and not
Yes.
gonna gain the weight.
But is this several minutes between bites? I mean, if you do it in that order, but you're just throwing it in your mouth as fast as you can, it's not going to matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It
I
just
don't- this
says
stuff's-
it's especially important if you have type 2 diabetes.
Okay, so there's a question. So yesterday, on the way home yesterday from baseball practice, I stopped at Culver's, and I want to know if I did this in the right order. We got ice cream cone, a burger, and fries, and a soda. I ate the ice cream cone first.
No, that's supposed to be last.
And then the fries, and then I ate the burger.
That's second to last.
And the soda is just all the way through?
Yeah.
Oh, the soda.
It was diet.
Yeah, no, you did it wrong.
Just was that the complete wrong order?
Yeah,
You're going to be spiking all over the place.
you got the protein in.
Yeah.
And did you have a tomato on your cheeseburger?
Oh, God, no.
Okay, yeah, that sounds terrible. I saw this headline over the weekend. Did you guys see this? Mars releasing first all-female packs of M&Ms.
No.
I'm
what
like,
does that even
what
mean?
does this mean?
Wait, what are the ladies?
The ladies
Green?
are purple,
Ladies.
green, and brown. All right?
No, there were that many.
And they say that it's the first ever packs of M&Ms spotlighting its dynamic female characters.
I mean, they're at some point,
It's so
yeah,
dumb.
they're mocking
Everything.
when people are doing all female things that
They're trying to
matter.
be like female
Yes.
empowerment.
Yeah.
They are,
It's a little silly.
and it's all for International Women's Day.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's their solution. I mean, I think we can all agree they're delicious, the regular M&Ms, but this is very gimmicky.
No, I
I think we
disagree.
can all agree that they're the best of the M&Ms.
One of them is a peanut M&M though, right? Isn't the brown
is
peanut?
that bag
think
of
so.
M&Ms less expensive because women get paid so much less?
That would only be right. A company spokesperson said they're going to donate $1 from every pack sold. That seems like a
What?
lot, right? Totaling $500. They have a limit. $500,000 towards supporting women via strategic partnerships. And you can also submit women that are flipping the status quo from now until the 15th and nominate somebody. They're going to receive a $10,000 in grants to further fund their flip.
You finally made it, ladies. Guys, the M&Ms.
$1 a pack. I mean,
It's a lot.
But they've capped it, so they just know they're going to donate
Yes.
$500,000.
it's still like packs.
How
Packs
much
are
are
expensive
they?
now. They're like Remember when packs of things were like 89
it
cents?
changed.
It was just like a quarter.
Now it's like $2.49 for stuff.
And then finally today, I put this up on the blog. If you are interested or you know somebody that wants to apply, Oscar Mayer is currently recruiting their next class of drivers for the Wienermobile. There are 12 positions available for this year, and it's a year-long gig. And they go to more than 200 events per year, document their journeys on social media, and in past years, less than 1% of applicants were selected.
Yeah.
So
Are
it's
you in on
Harder to get in than Harvard.
Yeah.
Are you in on the Wienermobile?
Yeah, I like it.
Because I don't remember if there was a conversation at one point. People seem to always tag you whenever there's a Wienermobile around. They're like, huh?
Have you talked about
Chris,
your
yeah.
great
like
joy?
Well, because I like
The shopping cart.
I remember we talked about the shopping cart, and then there was something about you can track the Wienermobile, and it's
might be
exciting when you see it.
Yeah, it's always the talk of the town if it's been spotted somewhere locally.
There's got to be several. They've got to be in different
There are-
markets.
There are
Oh, yeah,
12.
there's a bunch
Yeah.
of them.
There's 12.
Oh,
There's 12.
It's a pack. That's when they park them.
yeah, and then there's the bun mobiles.
And it's weird. They only have 8 buns.
Yeah.
You can apply for the position online before the end of January, and that is up on the blog today at 1065thearch.com. All right, that's Food Court brought to you by Schnucks Rewards.
You can do it!
I see dead people.
Hello, Newman.
Where's the beach? What you talking about, Will?
Throwback Live.
Our contestants for Throwback Live, Tim, you'll be playing for Tiffany from Troy, Illinois. I'll be playing for Sarah from Cadet. And Brando, you've got Carolyn from Catawissa. And all week long, we have a pair of 4-pack, actually, of tickets to see Monster Jam coming to the Dome at America Center on January 22nd.
Let's welcome the host of Throwback Live, Afton.
Hey guys.
Hello, Afton.
Hey,
morning.
how are you?
Great.
Good. You ready to play Throwback Live?
Might as well.
You're all like-
I mean, you're here for it.
You're-
so-
yeah,
That's
I'm
true,
here,
yeah.
so we just have to do it. It's one of those things.
The rule.
Yeah, it's in my contract. So Marty's going to play throwback clips for you. We have some backward songs, TV shows, old commercials, stuff like that. You're going to ring in for your listeners with these sounds: Courtney, Brando, and Tim. Question 1: name this backward song title or artist. Courtney.
I know it. I can't think of the name of it. Don't You Forget About Me.
That's correct. That was fast.
Simple Minds? I wasn't positive on that.
Yeah, you got it.
You really came through, though.
Everybody's talking about it.
Question 2: name the TV show with this theme song. Courtney.
Is it How I Met Your Mother?
It is How I Met Your Mother. It was a really great show, and then it wasn't.
I know.
Was it great?
It
I
was,
liked
and
it.
then they just ruined
I did.
it. It made it so bad.
How did they make it bad?
By bringing the mom, that whole mom
The
part.
last season was like they weren't supposed to do that last season, so they like rushed and wrote it, and it was just garbage. It was terrible. I didn't even finish it. Anyway, I have a lot of strong opinions about How I Met Your Mother. Question 3: name the product being advertised.
If you want to win the game.
Courtney.
CarX?
No.
It's that guy, though.
I'm telling you every time I hear it.
And get the most marbles with your hippo.
Hungry hippos. That sounds like the car.
I thought it was Rattle
Marbles win.
That's a really good guess.
Hip, 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 ho.
Have you ever seen the giant hungry hippos at some of the game places?
No.
There are you sit on the hippo.
What?
Yeah, like a 4.
And you like make the
Yes.
mouth
Oh, that sounds fun.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
like giant marbles.
Yes.
And real hippos, too.
It's real dangerous.
Little, yeah.
You get a whip and you just...
You made.
All right,
not
we have
humane at all.
we have 2 points, Courtney, 1 point, Brando. Question 4: which movie had this theme song? Tim.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park is correct.
You play it forward, guys, and I am
On it.
as good as anybody.
As anybody.
New category tomorrow: backwards movie themes.
All right, question 5: name this movie. Tim.
Screwed up. Sorry.
Sebastian.
Not
Marty
character.
said... Wait,
Oh, not character.
The
movie.
Movie.
The Little Mermaid.
Yes. The Little Mermaid.
Either way.
The movie is not called Sebastian. You lose.
Although they are making a prequel. It's very good.
He's just a larva.
All right, so it is a tie between Courtney and Tim.
The
so
song you know. The story you don't.
I think that's great. Okay, so Brando's out. Tiebreaker. Name the animated TV series that aired from 1998 to 2000.
These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium...
Courtney?
I don't know anything about animation. I'm just guessing. Powderpuff Girls?
Yeah, I think we'll give her that.
Yeah.
You think? Yeah.
exactly
Powerpuff
right.
Girls.
accidentally
Yeah.
added an extra ingredient to the concoction.
And that's...
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
What's the other name?
You said
it's
powder.
It's Powerpuff Girls, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, power and powder, they're the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about, dancing with the white lady. You know what I'm talking about.
I think Courtney wins. Yay!
And that means Sarah from Cadet. Congratulations.
Woohoo! Yay! Good job. Thank you, Courtney.
They gave me a little room on that last one, but that's
It's a
okay. You'll
Monday.
take it.
Oh yeah.
Four-pack of
Well,
tickets for you to see Monster Jam. It's going to be at the Dome at America Center on January 22nd. Congratulations. Hold on. We'll get all your information, and we will play Throwback Live again tomorrow on The Courtney Show.
The Courtney Show.
Timmy looks at the number. Timmy looks at the number. Timmy looks at the number.
I'm Timmy, and these are the numbers. Brought to you today by the numbers 12 through 15. That's right, it's right here, January 12th through 15th. I'm at the St. Charles Funny Bone, Streets of St. Charles. Tickets available now. And Friday night, Brando's going to be there doing his unique brand of stand-up comedy.
Unique is a fancy way to say maybe funny.
It's going to be fun.
I got my hair's cut and my beard's trimmed.
You look good.
So, yeah.
It is.
Do you have your
It's
jokes
gonna be
written?
a great show.
No. I've written some, but they're not funny.
Yeah, that beard looks good.
I gotta make them a little funnier.
Do you have old jokes that you did 10 years ago or something that you remember that you might bust out?
I
Some
will.
classics?
I think I'm going to use a little bit of what I've done the first time I did stand up.
That's great.
Some of those
Man, that's
jokes
exciting.
and then some
I'm going to need all fresh stuff.
new stuff. I mean, it's only been out there once.
It's going to be great. So Brando's there Friday. Tickets available now, 1065thearch.com. Let's talk about sleep. This is a very big study, guys, because they asked 20,000 people. Yeah, when I bring you numbers, sometimes we only ask 700 people, 1,500, 2,500. This is 20,000, so you know this stuff is legit.
They were only going to do 500, and then you're like, no. 20,000 or it doesn't get on the show.
Back to work. Hit the phones. They asked 20,000 people if they sleep with stuffed animals. Anyone in here sleep with stuffed animals, or anyone in your household sleep with stuffed animals?
Alex and I do.
Nick?
What?
You guys do?
Sleep with real animals.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sleep with stuffed animals, but not by choice. They're brought
The
in.
kids will bring them
with
in.
the children. Although it's getting better.
And you guys, I assume, don't.
No.
42% of people do.
That's
wow.
a big amount.
I think these Squishmallows are making it into lots of beds of adults.
What
would
are
be my
those?
guess. It's just like you've seen them. You just didn't know you saw them. It just looks like a pillow with a face on it.
That's what the peanut butter that TC3 has is, right? That I posted? It's a jar of peanut butter?
Probably.
Yeah, I think that's what it
Yeah,
is. Yeah, it's squishy.
Either it's a Squishmallow or it's something. It's not the brand Squishmallow,
Yeah,
but
like
it's
a-
something that
I don't
looks-
think I ever slept with a stuffed animal. It was never. I had a cubby. That was a blanket.
Your blanket.
My cover.
I don't think I did either.
I don't think I had any support system. I think I just slept in a manger.
Next question, though, that we asked people is how many pillows they slept with.
Oh, boy.
And while I only use one,
I used to.
my bed has probably 15 on it. It's
While you're sleeping?
It's just insane. Yeah.
They're not taken off.
Some of them are, and some of them are throughout the night. But I would say when we go to bed, the other party involved in that bed likes a lot of pillows.
Really?
Yeah.
Got a party?
What
in your
about
bed?
you?
That's awesome.
I got 4 pillows going,
Wow.
all for me.
Throughout the evening.
Yeah, I've got one. Sometimes I put one under my side, under my hips, one under my head, and then one between my legs. And then sometimes I like to have one that I'm just
holding
on to.
And then you got to build that wall of pillows between you.
Yes. And then I sort of wrote, throughout the night, they get turned into a wall.
They asked people, 44% of people said they sleep with 2 29 said 3 or more, and 27% said 1 or 0. What's your guys'
I've
number?
got 2.
2.
For you or in your
Yeah,
bed?
just me.
For me.
Just you.
I'm on one pillow, and then the other pillow I put over my head.
Oh, I use
Yeah.
a
So I
phone.
sandwich my head because I've got the breathing thing, the CPAP, and so it's like a scuba gear, and so I could literally cover my whole head, my whole body up and sleep, and it doesn't get hot because I've got a breathing tube going out.
Like a snorkel.
If you got a CPAP, you don't realize, just cover your whole body up and you'll sleep great.
Yeah.
You don't get hot because it's a snorkel.
Yeah.
Pro tip.
It's a pro tip. I just changed my life.
We also asked people, 20,000
We.
people. We and the good people at BuzzFeed. We teamed up with BuzzFeed on
Oh,
this
did
one.
we?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, BuzzFeed.
They asked if they slept with their pets, if their pets slept with
Yes.
them. 100% there's always an animal in your bed.
Usually.
Not talking about Nick.
Yes, usually.
Well, at least one? How many?
Yeah, at least.
What's the most?
She doesn't want to talk about it
What's the
anymore.
max?
There's not a max.
On
2 or
average.
3?
What's the average?
2.
Wow.
2.
Cats.
Yeah. Because Peebo will get up on the bed and then gets hot and then he's on the ground.
Yeah.
Let's just move on.
How do you know he gets hot? Does he say like, I'm hot?
But he's just a furry boy that I think that he doesn't like it. He
warm.
needs
Yeah.
his space.
44% of people, that's a lot, said yes. The rest either don't have pets or don't allow them in the bed.
How do you? I don't understand how you don't allow.
You just
animals
close the
in-
door.
But then they just attack the door. Like
Or
our
train
cats
them.
just scratch the
Or they're
carpet.
in a crate or something,
I
or
guess
they're in
you
a
could crate 'em.
room.
Didn't think about that.
And another poll, we teamed up with the good people at YouGov, and we asked
love
people
YouGov.
about lying on resumes. 12% of people out of 1,000, we asked 1,000, didn't have as much time, asked 1,000 people, 12% said they've knowingly lied on a resume before. That's only around 1 in 8 people. They broke down what people lied about, and the number one thing they lied is they said that they make it look more interested in the job they're applying for than they really are. I don't think of that as a resume thing. That's going to be in your cover letter or your interview. That's not going to be, resume is just here are the facts, and we either embellish those things or we don't.
I mean, is there any job that you're like, man, I can't wait to do this job? Like, you're like, well, this job sounds like fun. Maybe that's at most.
Yeah, sometimes you're sort of like, I'm just going to do this and see what happens. I mean, yeah, you have.
But yeah, in the
have
resume, you're
to
just
act
like,
interested.
I was born for this.
Right. The 5 things we most commonly lie about how interested you are in the job: your experience, your past jobs, your previous job titles, and your interests or hobbies. Who's putting hobbies?
Yeah, being like-
if you're putting hobbies on there.
Yeah, you just got out of college.
Right.
I've played a little bit with the titles of my previous jobs.
Didn't you figure something out, like after sending out resumes,
Oh yes,
like something that changed everything for you with the
yes. So
game?
because I was out of work for a long time after I got fired, and I was just looking for looking at jobs. Oh, I like this job. I'll apply for that one, and I would fill out whatever application. I would just send them a resume. And I realized that somebody told me, actually, it was a recruiter, was like, no, you should make a unique resume for every single job. Like every single job, you've got to take out the stuff that doesn't make any sense, add the stuff that you have done that makes specific
Works with
sense,
that job.
and use the job description, as your guide. And so I started doing that, and it was just like magic. Boom, boom. I started getting calls back because I would read the job description. They're like, we're looking for an energetic. And then I would be like, I'm an energetic. And you're like, that's so stupid. But they forget what they write in the job thing, and they're like, this guy sounds perfect.
Yeah. An energetic.
He's like, he knows everything about the job.
Sign me up.
You're like, I'm just repeating the words back to you. But it worked.
But I'm
So
curious.
I got this job.
I'm curious, since we only asked 1,000 people, if we could ask a few more, we'll make that the question of the day.
point.
Have you lied on your resume before? And if so, what have you lied about? So
I want a big lie.
text us. Yeah, let's get some good ones. Text us on the Cheney Window and Door text line, 314-669-4665. Again, that question of the day. Have you lied on the resume, and what have you lied about? So text us.
Those were the numbers.
Those, my friends, were the numbers with me, Timmy.
That's a lot of numbers.
The Courtney Show.
We have a brand new feature starting Monday through Friday at the very end of the show, 10 a.m., and it is the Great Taste Gang Song of the Day, brought to you by Appliance Discounter. So every day when we sign off, we will feature a song from somebody in the Great Taste Gang. that you suggest. And it's all up on the website now, so you can go fill out the form and submit your request for the Great Taste Gang Song of the Day. Do that today because it just went up yesterday and we need some entries.
Bring them.
Yeah, 1065thearch.com is where you can submit your entry for the Great Taste Gang Song of the Day. Coming up next, we've got Randos with Brando. It's the Courtney Show on The Arch.
Brando's.
Randos on a Monday? Yeah,
We usually do it every day
every
unless
Monday.
we
It seems like it.
run out of time.
The website donotpay.com has tools to help people fight parking tickets, which can get them their banks to like reverse charges, like overdraft fees. It's called donotpay.com. Well, now they say they've got an AI program that you can listen to. That what it'll do is it'll listen in on court cases and come up with strategies for you in court in real time.
What?
Now they have not deployed this yet.
Robot lawyer?
It's a robot lawyer, basically. Robo lawyer. Probably there's a better zing to it. They're going to use it to help someone fight a speeding ticket next month somewhere in the U.S. They're not saying where they're going to do it, and they're saying probably because it's illegal, I guess, to use some sort of device like this, because most courtrooms don't allow electronic devices that connect to the internet. So you just couldn't do this. But they've apparently picked some place that allows you to wear like AirPods, like earbuds or something.
So you'll be getting help from the robot lawyer while you're in court.
Yes, so the person will be like talking to the judge or whatever, and then they're going to have an AirPod in, and the robot's going to be like, plead the fifth, do not agree, or whatever.
Put the system on trial.
Follow the money. Whatever robots are going to say. But the person fighting the ticket is going to have those AirPods, and they're going to be listening to the lawyer, and then we'll see. So we'll see how it goes. But it's supposed to happen next month. And I guess donotpay.com will let us know how it goes. But
unless those things are significantly more intelligent or better designed than, say, a customer service thing. When you'll call somebody and they'll be like, why don't you just tell me the problem you have? Or like,
Say a few words.
Explain in a few words.
Yeah.
It's fine, but it's not real time. I'm sitting across from a judge who I want to communicate with.
But
I'm impressed by those things sometimes.
Just think, I know we're probably not there yet, but if in 10 years the AI is good enough to basically give you basic legal advice for the speeding
lawyers. No more.
I mean, you're still going to have lawyers for murder trials or whatever, but just going to wipe out a whole class of lawyers. And they're going to have to go on to do something.
I wonder if people will be, committing more crimes because they're like, lawyers are cheap now.
Yeah.
Just speed.
Just go to
lawyer.com. Tell me what to
and,
do. Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I don't know. There's been for years and years, there's been a whole thing about robots and computers are going to take over all these jobs. It's been rumored for years and years and years.
It's a slow burn, but it's...
I remember my mom, when she was a court reporter, the same thing was like, well, they could just have a recording, a tape recorder in the studio that takes care of the transcript. The problem is the court reporter is identifying everyone that's speaking.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody has to still type out the transcript. So everything still has to be done for records.
There are certain jobs, though, that have essentially gone away. Like the assistant.
Parking attendants.
Parking attendant. Or the guy remember that at the zoo?
At the zoo.
He made all the money.
Made all that money.
Yeah, he's not even have a job because he passed on.
I also like the idea of people trying to sue people with you'll be hearing from my lawyer. And it's just they give him the robot. Or it's time to do our next contract. And I'm like
hold on.
You're going to talk to this guy. Yeah.
He needs more money. I just asked my wife. That's how she's going to say the same thing. Starting sometime later this month, AT&T customers with digital landlines will no longer be able to dial 411 or 0. So you can't call the operator anymore.
You can't call the operator either?
No, for questions or things you need help with.
I did lots of emergency breakthroughs back in the day. Like if my friend was on the phone too long and there was no call waiting.
I always thought I'd go to prison for that.
No, we did it all the time.
You would talk me through that. You'd hit 0.
You hit 0, and you're like, I need to do an emergency breakthrough on the following number. And then you would tell them your name. And then they would come on to the conversation and say, you have an emergency phone call from Courtney Landrum.
And they would say, accept or deny.
Yes. And then they get off the phone, then we talk.
Was it ever an emergency?
Never.
And
Never
were you
an emergency.
charged for it? You must have
Probably.
been charged for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's my mom and dad's money.
They're like,
I was just
"Why is
burning
that
money
phone
back
bill
then.
$800,000.
I don't think it was that costly. But I think I got busted for it, and then there were things.
Yeah, I just
I couldn't
assumed
do
that
it
was
anymore.
like, you shouldn't ever do that. You're such a law follower. I'm really surprised to hear
not back then. I was really breaking laws.
Yeah, and this was before robo lawyers, too.
That's
so
true. Yeah,
Yes.
you had to get a real lawyer. They say the operator services like 411 have been around for like over 100 years, they say. But they say nearly all these customers have internet access. So, like, just look it up. You have Google. You don't need us to do it. But they said in 2021, there were fewer than 4,000 telephone operators, down from the peak. The peak in the 70s, they had 420,000 telephone operators. So there's a job that has essentially, is about to go away completely, but they still have 4,000 telephone operators, but we'll see after this effectively wipes out a big chunk of them. A TikToker in Maryland named Rory McCarty recently met an 82-year-old Walmart cashier named Butch. Butch is a Navy vet. Butch is a good guy. Rory liked him. He felt like Butch should not be working anymore. He's 82. He's working at Walmart. He's like, man, I'm going to raise some money for this guy. So he did the old online fundraiser, raised over $100,000 to help Butch retire. So he gave him the big giant check after his final day of work last week. There were lots of tears.
I cried this morning watching the video.
Yeah.
Butch is so cute.
Yeah, and he said this Rory said he was inspired because there was a story like this in November. Someone did the same thing for an elderly woman at a Walmart in New Jersey. Same sort of thing. So, yeah. I mean, they said that so he gave him the check for $100,000.
But it's still going.
It's still going. It's over $120,000 now. So he's going to have to get another one of those. I hope he got a book of all the big checks. You have to write some more.
I put a video up on the blog today. It's worth watching.
Yeah, that's cool. And then a new study
Butch
found...
has got a heater in his hand the whole time.
A lung dart. And a new study found, this was funny, they say that the people who think of themselves as good looking also show less willingness to continue wearing face masks. So it's...
that must say a lot about me. I love the face mask. I look really good in the face mask.
I don't see in my eyes.
I don't know if all those anti-maskers were the most beautiful people I've ever seen.
Well, they thought they were. That's your randos.
Brando's. The Hollywood Outsider on 106.5 The Arch.
Well, last year, Corey Feldman sold his prosthetic ear that he wore in Stand By Me at auction. And a lot of times, you never really know who buys this stuff. But in this case, we do. It was Jordan Peele. So he was...
Oh, that's cool.
He was on it. He was talking about it. He was on Late Night with Seth Meyers the other night. And he was just like, as he's describing it, he was basically said like, now that I'm saying this out loud, I'm embarrassed that I'm admitting that he bought the ear. Like, he's like, it's better to just say that you have memorabilia
Yeah,
from
but then
a movie.
I'm going to want to know.
Yeah.
Can you remind me of the scene? What's the ear thing in Stand By
His
Me?
dad burned his ear.
Yeah, like held his
He's in a
ear
bad
down,
family.
Yeah, to like a stove or something and burned his ear. And so he had kind of a bit of a Greg Warren ear. You know what I mean? Kind of that thing is what the prosthetic was. So. I mean,
How much did he spend on it?
He didn't talk about that.
Well, I kind of want to know.
I know. We got to go back and find whatever that story was because I feel like I remember that coming up, but I don't know that we knew that it was Jordan Peele. It was, because we get that list of like, you could buy this at auction and this at auction. And I remember that sold because we all have a love for Corey Feldman.
Oh, man.
Anytime he pops up, we got to mention it. But yeah, I don't know how much.
He's got his wife singing the Goonies song in concert. It's bad.
I mean, how did we miss that show, man? That's
Because it
us.
came upon us too quick.
I know.
Yeah, we missed it.
We blew it.
Now that Avatar: The Way of Water has made all the money, it sounds like it's pretty much a lock that we're going to get a bunch more Avatar movies. Director James Cameron said, I know what I'm going to be doing the next 6 or 7 years, which my response to that is, you'd be halfway to the next movie based on how long it took to make the second movie. But keep in mind, he said he's already shot part 3. according to him, he's shot it. So now it's a matter of, doing all the editing and whatever and getting that ready. So it's still going to take a while to get part 3 ready. But now they're talking about part 4 and part 5. So he says both of those are written. Now that this one has made all the money, like those are just greenlit.
It's cool that he loves them that much, and that's when he's like, I'm going to dedicate myself to this, because a lot of people are like, I want to try a new thing, and sometimes that's good too. I find it very interesting that he's just like, yep, this is what he's created a world in which he's creatively satisfied to play for seemingly the rest of his life.
Yeah, and people want to go see it. I mean, it made $1.7 billion now. That's where it's at globally, So, way to go. Stranger Things may be hanging it up after season 5, but not before the cast gets paid. Sounds like they had to shell out some raises to keep the band together. Winona Ryder and David Harbour are going to make, is it $9.5 million? The original kid actors will get over $7 million. Let's see, the secondary group, so like Maya Hawke and that group, they're getting about $6 million a piece. And Millie Bobby Brown, not included with that original band, because they think she's probably making the most out of all of them. And that's due majorly to her overall deal with Netflix, which includes those Enola Holmes movies. And there's at least one more project that she's contracted to do.
Wow.
So she's making a lot of money out of all of it, and probably more than anybody else is what they were saying.
It's a great show.
It's a good show. Wednesday, another great show coming back officially. Has been renewed for a second season on Netflix, which is good news because, Chris, you kind of talked about things in Hollywood are not going well right now. So any of your favorite shows could get axed
at any time.
At any time right now. Because they're trying to...
Not the Courtney Show, guys. We're not going
level up. No, Courtney Show's solid. It's all that Hollywood.
Yeah, like the gold rush is over, and now everybody just spent way too much money, and now they've got to dial it back.
You got to figure out, and so that's, I think, good shows or shows that we like or you like might get the axe, not because they weren't successful or popular, but just because they cost too much. So
and that's the fear of going in on a show on a Netflix platform that doesn't have a lot of support behind it, and you stumble upon it and then it doesn't get renewed. So it's a waste.
Well, and that Wednesday, that didn't seem like a cheap show to me. I mean,
I would agree with that.
They put some money into that,
effects.
so it could have gotten whacked. Speaking of which, a show that's got a lot of great effects, The Hobbit. Have you watched? Or not The Hobbit.
Oh, man, yeah.
No.
Rings of Power?
Not The Hobbit. The other little guy.
Oh, Willow.
Oh. I was like, hey, that's not right. We've been keeping up with that.
Is it good?
The effects and everything are really impressive.
So Monk level?
It's it's a step above Monk. The story,
the story's not great.
Could use some Shaloub.
It's some Shaloub. I'm trying really hard not to snipe on it, but it's kind of stupid. But man, they spent some money on it, so I don't know. I like it. Billy Bush is dealing with leaked audio once again. So remember, he was on Access Hollywood. It was the Trump thing and all that.
The bus.
We didn't know he's on Extra now, so he's back in business, working, doing that Hollywood thing that he did before. And I guess he made a joke about Kendall Jenner last year when she dressed up for Halloween as Jessie from the Toy Story movies. And there was a hot mic. Somebody got the audio, and they've leaked it.
So it wasn't on the air.
It was not on the air, I do not believe. It was just something that was captured. And he said, Kendall goes as Jessie, and believe me, there were lots of Woodies. So people don't like that. He made that joke. I just think it's a dumb joke, but
it's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
So he's in trouble? He's going to get fired or what?
I don't
think he's in trouble.
I think
fired for that. It's just people.
They're like,
it's
see,
that, like, vocal.
He's that way. Or
Yeah.
he's gross. They're using it to make him look bad. But yeah, I don't think he's losing his gig over that. Celine Dion fans are still mad about that snub in the recent Rolling Stone 200 Best Singers list. So much so that some of them showed up at the Rolling Stone office in New York City to protest. In their defense, Rolling Stone said, quote, before you start scrolling and commenting, keep in mind that this is the greatest singers list, not the greatest voices list. So that's what they had said from the beginning, like, this is a different...
What's the difference?
Describe that difference.
So they're saying a great singer doesn't necessarily have great tone. They may have They may not hit all the notes. They may just have something about them, a quality that makes them. Because we talk about Bob Dylan, he's really high up, and we're like, is he a great singer? No. And they're saying, based on their way of classifying it, yes. Whereas a great voices list, they would probably exclude someone like Bob Dylan.
See, I would flop those two.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's you like the voice.
If you say greatest singers and Celine Dion is not on that
it's crazy.
list,
It just doesn't add up.
Makes no. What other people were omitted that people were freaking out about? Because I didn't have TV or internet for like 6 days, so I think I missed the story.
They listed a couple other names, and to be honest, the ones that they listed, I'm like, I mean, I guess they were. They don't come to mind, but Celine Dion was the massive snub, and then the other ones that were on the list were kind of a. I guess they
generally
should have been on there.
liked the list. I thought the list was positive.
Yeah,
but not happy about Celine.
Not happy about Celine. In his new book, Space, Prince Harry takes a shot at Camilla. He says that he and Prince William asked Charles not to marry Camilla because they just didn't think it was necessary. They're like, look, this is going to cause a lot of issues. You're happy, she's happy. Why do you have to get married and possibly create more controversy? But he also accuses her of being dangerous. And they kind of press him on it. Like, what are you talking about? He said, quote, if you are led to believe as a member of the family that being on the front page, having positive headlines, positive stories written about you is going to improve your reputation or increase the chances of you being accepted as monarch by the British public, then that's what you're going to do. Very long way of saying they think, it felt like she was taking shots at them, kind of throwing Harry under the bus to make her look better. Planting stories.
Oh, no.
Like, because they all kind of allude to this relationship with certain media members in England, you know, that like they're friendly with, and they'll tell them a story, and then that kind of does a little hack job on somebody else. So he's basically saying she was dangerous because she needed to redo her reputation. And so she sacrificed other people around her.
That whole situation with the royal family and the media, they're cozy, weird. It's gross. It is gross and grody, and I blame the British people.
In my mind, I just assumed like they all like stayed away from the media, and then every once in a while the media snuck in and got some sort of story, and that's what they ran with. It never occurred to me like, oh no, they're just feeding that stuff out and they're using that.
Well, because they need the support of the people to stay in the positions that they're in, because they're only there at the leisure of the people.
Yeah.
But it's weird, dysfunctional relationship where the people have to sort of worship them, but also they have to like perform for the cameras, or the people will get mad.
People get bored of them.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Rihanna just released a football-themed line in her Savage X Fenty line. Remember, she's going to be doing the Super Bowl halftime show, so she's putting some football gear out there. Somebody removed the music from Kevin Bacon's Warehouse Dance in Footloose.
It's
I didn't
weird.
get a chance to look at this yet. It sounds so funny to me.
Then they add sound effects.
Yeah,
where they're
like realistic sound effects. You can see it on the blog today.
That's always been a weird scene to me anyway, because it's like he's angry, throws the beer bottle, and then dances.
I'm angry dancing. Also on the blog, you can check out the trailer for the pandemic-inspired slasher called Sick.
Looks pretty good.
Did you watch it?
I watched the trailer. I think Kevin Williamson is behind it, and somebody from that Megan Doll movie.
Oh, yeah. That just came out this weekend. That movie hits Peacock on Friday, the 13th.
Megan does?
No,
Megan's out
this weekend.
It made like $30 million this weekend.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was number 2 behind Avatar.
Way to go, Megan. On TV tonight, you got the series premiere of Koala Man on Hulu. That's an animated thing. It's got Hugh Jackman does one of the voices. We got the trailer for that up. Also, I mentioned it a couple times today. Alert, which is on Fox tonight, episode 2, 8 o'clock on Fox 2 tonight if you want to watch that. I'm Brando, your Hollywood Outsider. We got tickets.
We've got tickets. The week is here. I am at the Funny Bone at Streets of St. Charles. New Funny Bone. It is terrific. Thursday through Sunday night. And on Friday, our very own Brando will be joining me. So tickets are on sale now. You can get all the details at 1065thearch.com. 6 shows to choose from. So pick up some tickets.
The Courtney Show.
So I heard of something this weekend, and I don't know if you guys have heard of this or not, but it's like the new way to figure out who the favorite kid is in the family. Because parents, will never admit that they have a favorite, or they're unlikely to admit. But they say that there's a way to figure out who the favorite kid is based on passwords. because parents often use kids' names as passwords, which is probably a terrible thing to do.
Or birthday.
Or birthdays. And it would even work for pets if you got multiple pets.
I do the pet thing, and I go through 3 different animals in my house.
So you rotate around.
I do.
So that they all feel.
They feel it. Well, it's because you don't think about it. You're not saying this out loud. It's just some password that you come up with.
There's a star.
But they're
in
saying,
the 3.
like, whatever one you're using, that's probably your favorite kid. And I heard this and I'm like, oh my God, we have a favorite kid.
What?
But don't you think it's probably the first?
Or the
Not in our house.
best name, it's Augie, isn't it?
It is Augie.
Really?
That's
kind of
Alex has used his name a lot.
My parents' passwords involve Chris, but it's because he's set them up. So he's projecting that he's
Look at him.
changing them to that.
It's like Chris is the best.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Chris read this study a few years ago and started changing their passwords.
Best kid, Chris, 1.
One, I would imagine.
Well, the hint is always like, who's your favorite?
You get 2 choices. Yeah,
That's funny, though.
Yeah.
Especially somebody that has 4 children.
Yeah.
I would imagine it's firstborn a lot because
You would think, like,
If you can keep taking that password and transferring it, it's easier. I know it's probably not safer. But it's easier than trying to think of a new password for everything that you have to have a password for.
Right. But it's like I guess I'm on the flip side of it. I must not like any of the kids because I've changed my password so many times. I mean, I've got probably 50 different active passwords and none of them are the kids' names.
Really?
None.
I have a little bit of a trick, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what mine is. But you pick like an event or like the Oscars or just something that you may or may not remember that it's like important to you. So maybe it's like the Cardinals winning the World Series or something.
Right.
And then the years they've won the World Series. And then when they're like, you need to come up with a new password, you come up with like the MVP of the World Series and the year they were MVP or like some combination of things that you can like look up or remember.
Right.
That you are like, these are always my passwords.
Like mine is always just literally the first word that comes to mind. Okay. And then I just start throwing numbers and crap around it.
Sometimes you have to do symbols, though. Like now,
Right.
there's like extra things. You know what I realized? That my ATM PIN, I must have been the biggest Blues fan during this time. Because they're all Blues
Yeah.
players' numbers.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't tell you any Blues players' numbers now. But there was a point in time where I was the biggest Blues fan.
Oh, yeah.
That I knew all the numbers.
I used to
Tim's
use a lot
old
of
building.
Cardinal player names and stuff. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, and numbers. Tim's old building.
was certain athletes' numbers. We don't need to tell people.
What?
No, my code.
Hey, code to your
to
old
get in.
building?
Yeah.
Are you trying to protect your old building?
Might be the code to a lot of other things.
Okay.
He's keeping it.
Well, now everybody in your old building knows your codes. And so do I.
Just go drive by his house, see if he can get his garage.
Because I like that because I just remembered 3 athletes and then you're in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boom. Got it every time.
Yeah.
Same ones?
You're still in.
The other thing I'll use a lot is for my passwords is celebrity birthdays. For example, today, Kate Middleton is 41.
No. You got to change it all the time.
Well, every year.
every year.
Every January 9th.
All right, we've got some strong opinions coming up in just a few minutes. It's the Courtney Show on the Arch.
The Courtney Show.
Listen to my strong opinion. Time to bitch.
Strong Opinions brought to you by TR Hughes. Want $25,000 off a move-in ready home? Visit trhughes.com. All right, I'm going to let you guys decide who goes first because mine may change depending on how much time I have, and I don't want to hog it. So who feels very strongly?
Whoever's got a strong
I'm happy
one.
to jump in. Mine's only going to reach a certain amount of people here, but I got a new iPhone, I think, a few months ago, and I really like it. And it's I had a few updates had come out since I got one, so it was a lot of changes, right? One of the big ones is it's got that facial recognition. I've never had that until now. So they added the facial recognition, meaning you don't need to put in your passcode, whose numbers aren't important. We already covered that. You just look
may or
at
may
it.
not get you into a building in New York.
Right. Yes. It takes your face and it opens up the phone, which is great. But in my opinion, they didn't need to get rid of the fingerprint opening.
Right.
So before, your option was either the code or you would just put your thumb down. It would get your fingerprint and open. Where I run into trouble all the time is when I have sunglasses on, it doesn't recognize my face. You cannot program around it. You can program around a COVID mask, but it's something about your eyes is what makes the whole thing work. So if I have sunglasses on, and this is when I'm in the car, which I'm not saying I'm looking at my phone or anything like that, but if
like it to me,
even an update or anything, it makes you go type of thing, and as opposed to just your thumb, it should be both. It's annoying and unsafe.
Why did they have to take the thumb away?
They got rid of that whole button. That
I
you
don't
would
even
put
understand how to do it now.
Yeah.
I love that button.
Alex has that type of phone, and every time she hands it to him, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it took me a while.
There's swiping that has to happen now.
And as you guys know, I wear sunglasses about 90% of the time.
Well, you're cool.
It makes it a challenge.
In studio, yeah.
when
all
you're-
the time.
When you got it, you got it.
All right, who's next?
I can go. So I'll admit, this one may be a little stale, but I've had it here and I want to do it today. So here's my strong opinion, very internal to our home. If I make cookies and you eat some of those cookies, that's your dessert. You don't get a second option. There's not like I'm making cookies and you're eating cookies, and then 2 hours later, right before bedtime, you get to go like, I didn't have dessert. I had some of those cookies that you made,
Yeah,
but
that's
that
dessert.
that was not designated as dessert. I need a dessert now. That's not you chose cookies.
Why in their head is it different because you made them than any other dessert? If they had ice cream, you're saying they wouldn't ask for a second dessert later?
Is it because they weren't served at the table as if it was like a part of dinner?
I think it just they wait until the last minute until you say like, hey, it's bedtime, and then they go, I have a dessert.
You talking about Alex again?
Yes, this is all about Alex. And then you have to like,
They're just extending.
They've
the sleep
created
time.
second dessert, to not only yes, exactly. I've figured out that they don't even want the dessert. They're just trying not to go to bed. And they know if they say dessert, then I'll have to get them a dessert, and they keep them up a little bit later. This just confirms it, because it's like, you already had dessert. You had 4 cookies.
What did they think dessert is besides the cookies?
Well, with Augie right now, it is 100% peanut butter toast. It's always peanut butter toast.
Oh, peanut butter toast is one of my
Sounds
favorite
awesome.
things.
Puts you
He
right to
is
sleep.
addicted right now.
It's good.
To peanut butter toast. Before, it was the cereal, the s'mores cereal. Remember, we were rolling through that like crazy, but nobody touches it anymore.
Oh, they're done.
He has moved on 100% to peanut butter toast.
Augie's my kind of guy.
And Amelia's been getting these like Japanese desserts.
What?
She's going through a thing. There's a lot of anime. Remember when you were going through your anime thing, Chris? she's in it
She
now.
in a breakup?
Is everything okay?
Does she laugh like this now?
She eats these little ice cream. It's called mochi.
Oh, yeah. Those are good.
Yeah, well, maybe you're going through a thing.
No wonder Emma's going to Germany. Things aren't going so
Eat
well.
all the mochis. So she typically has mochi, and then he has peanut
Yeah, a
butter
cookie
toast.
is dessert.
And I'm like, well, you chose cookie.
Did you let him have something else?
Of course I did.
Yes.
But I was angry about it, and I wrote it down.
All right, Chris, what
Well,
about
do you want to go? Because you have time, right? Mine.
No, I'm fine. We're good. I feel
right.
good about it.
You feel good?
Yours about mochi?
It's not.
What if
It's about parks and how much I
go
love them.
really slowly?
Then I don't have time.
Mine's really easy. If you're in a buffet line, just other people are in. We're all in this together in this buffet line. This is. Let's go quickly here.
Nick hates me in a buffet line.
Yeah, it's like there's a
thinks that I'm
line.
bad.
You can see kind of what's going on. If you're with somebody and you can't see it, have them wait in line. Do a little scan.
Yeah, do it.
Sort of like looking at a menu before you get to the front of a line
Go
before
buy
you
it.
order. Check it out. Just be like, okay, I'm going to get all these things. Get your stuff together. And I know that you don't know what it looks like until you open the things up. All I'm saying is we're all in this together. in the buffet line. When there's a big long line, let's get it moving here.
And don't go backwards.
You would hate
Yeah,
me.
anybody do that where they're like, you know what? I think I am going to grab that. You're
Well,
like,
if you do go backwards, you have to wait until you can't go backwards until the line is gone.
I've got this move in a buffet line. Tell me if I'm wrong. If somebody is holding up the whole buffet line, let's say
jump in front.
there's 6 things.
You'll leapfrog them?
And they're on like the second station and they're just going too slowly. If I don't really care about the first 2 things, I will leapfrog and just go right ahead.
No, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because then you're taking you out of the game. I'm getting my stuff. I'm getting out of there.
I admire your courage.
How often are you guys buffeting?
I never buffet anymore because Ruby Tuesday closed, and that was the only. I would just salad bar.
was a
But Nick says I'm the
phenomenal
worst.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he leapfrogs me.
Greg has some good buffet stuff that he did this weekend.
He
I was
did?
into it, yeah.
All right, here's my strong opinion. I have plenty of time.
Okay.
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay, I know everybody loves. I'm going to need some audio over here.
Oh.
I know everybody loves Yellowstone, and I get it. You guys are into it. You're into the characters. But there comes a time and a point when these people in this show, I know it's a big break for them because the show's so big. I'm not talking about Costner. I'm not talking about Faith Hill, and they're already established stars. But there's some other stars of the show, and they've taken this role on so seriously that they think they are these characters now.
Oh, boy.
And I'm talking about this guy, Cole Hauser. He thinks he's a cowboy now. He thinks he's a cowboy. Nick showed me this TikTok video he's doing. I'm just going to have you listen to it. He's in his getup.
And he's talking like he's.
Oh yeah,
My name's
listen.
Cole Hauser, but you may know me as Rip, the character I play on the TV series Yellowstone. President Ronald Reagan once said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction." We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. It must be.
All right. Cole Hauser,
He's
born and raised in California.
in Los Angeles, yeah.
Yeah, this is a dude from Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, he's also in The Breakup. He played the younger brother of Vince Vaughn. And
he's from like a
Hollywood family.
a big Hollywood family, like the Warner Brothers
Warners.
family. He's a descendant of one of the Warner Brothers.
That's his
or the sister
great-grandfather.
or something. Yeah.
Yes.
Does he know the frog?
You're not a cowboy. I'm just saying. Like,
Because you're sensing you're picking up too much accent there.
oh,
Oh,
yeah.
he doesn't talk like that at
Like
all.
a cowboy. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's great. I'm glad he got a role that is his biggest role of his career.
Yeah. It's perfect for him. He's great at
Yes,
it.
people love him.
Yeah.
People love his character.
I mean, some people think that they should have made a spin-off movie about him and Donnie and Mel after, Dazed and Confused. Like a football movie or something.
Yeah,
just saying.
He had some good parts but
he
this
in
is
Good
his
Will Hunting?
biggest. Was he?
He was like he
was-
played a high schooler
Yes.
for like a while.
Yes.
Like he was in like School Ties or something,
Who's
like
the
all
other-
those movies.
Who's the other guy that's always talking about being a cowboy and he's not a cowboy?
Oh, I don't know.
There's another one. Like
Actor?
Yes. Like Sam Elliott. Is it Sam Elliott?
Yeah, Sam Elliott has been under the illusion that he's a cowboy. For many, many years.
You're not
Where's
a
he
cowboy.
from?
I don't know if he's a cowboy or not, but
I'll find out.
he's been talking like that for a while.
Emma pulled us out of the Yellowstone game. She said, "I'm done."
What?
Yeah, we're out.
What
Oh,
happened?
she made the decision?
Yeah, she's like, I'm
What was
not
the bridge too far?
The last season wasn't terrible. The season before last was so bad. There was all kinds of. I mean, I don't want to.
Oh, don't.
Yeah.
My mom may get mad at you.
Well, it wasn't my choice. I'm still gonna probably
She's not
sneak
gonna
in
be
on the
using you
side
for any
and
passwords
catch
anytime
up.
soon.
You're
Well,
right.
I hear there's a Germany trip where you can still.
Yeah, no.
stay
When
in on
she
it.
goes to Germany, it is all Yellowstone all the time. I'll start doing the prequels.
You'll be
It's
wearing
gonna
a Stetson and a cowboy hat watching.
She comes back with like later. I'm only wearing cowboy hats. Yeah.
Howdy, pretty lady.
Those are our strong opinions, and they're brought to you by TRUs.
First 5 notes on 106.5 The Arch.
First 5 notes is brought to you by Carroll House Furniture. Carroll House Furniture will beat any price in the country. Carroll House, because you like nice things. We have 2 people to introduce. We have our contestant, which I'll get to in a second, but the beautiful, talented Nikki Glazer.
Hi. So good to be here. I was in the area and I I was going to pick up Chris after the show, but my doctor appointment finished early. So here I am.
Look
Thanks
at
for
us
letting
now.
me stop by.
It's good to see you.
Good to see
and
you
it's your
too.
first time seeing the studio.
It's so cool.
It's great, right?
It's really cool. It like exceeded my expectations. It's awesome.
Seeing it in
It
person.
feels like a big deal.
It's warm. and
Yeah.
it's nice.
Before
People
you
around
were
here love
just
it.
kind of just winging it.
Which picture were you most?
I mean, the unibrow picture of Chris is insane. I literally thought I was like, is this a joke? Was this
You've never seen that picture?
I guess I have throughout the years, but you guys have like 16,000 pictures in your house, so there's a lot to focus on. But that one, it seems like a prank he was pulling, like he was trying to be funny. And I tried to say it delicately, like, so was that jacket like a joke or like?
That's what you started with.
Yeah, and then he's like, no, my dad wore it, and I go, so it was always like a joke, like I'm gonna wear Dad's jacket. He goes, no, I just liked it. I'm like, yeah, no, you're just a cute kid. You were such a cutie.
No, you
And-
said, were you trying to like get attention? And
no, I didn't say that,
you
but I
said
kind of
something
meant
like
it.
that.
You know,
you were trying to stand out.
Yeah.
And no,
but that
the answer was
unibrow.
no. I liked my dad's jacket.
Yeah, and that kind of is who you are. And I also liked learning that you had a unibrow. Is that senior year?
That
Senior year,
is
maybe?
sophomore year, I think.
Heavy unibrow, like Frida Kahlo. And your sister was the one to be like, you got to fix
Yeah,
that.
Khaki had to
But you
set me
didn't
straight.
know. You were like, I didn't. That was the moment he realized that you can fix things about your looks. Like, it's so funny, sophomore year as a boy. Like, I feel like that's probably around their age as a girl, too. that you
Seventh
go-
grade for me was a.
Where you go, oh, yeah, me too.
I just didn't care. I just was like, oh, this is who I am.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't even
That's
realize
healthy.
it was like, oh,
That's
you
the
have
way it
to
should
Bring
be.
back that look. That look good
I
on you
would. I
right
wish
now.
I had that jacket. So
What was your line that you used about the unibrow?
I like that line.
I like it so much. Girls gotta have something to hold on to. It doesn't even make sense.
It does. That's what I liked about it.
It's so funny.
Gives them something to hold on to.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's meet our contestant
Yes,
for first
okay.
5 notes. It is.
I'm sure I picked it up from like an uncle or something.
So funny.
Everyone say hi to Albany from Bonne Terre.
Hi.
Albany.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to the show. I think you may be our first Albany ever on the show. So
Or ever.
welcome.
Yeah.
Albany?
Oh, yay.
I've never even heard of that name.
No, where
It's great.
where does it come from, Albany? From besides your parents?
I don't know. I had a story that one day my great grandma was watching some show like Wheel of Fortune or something, and they had an Albany, and my mom didn't like the L, so she changed it to a U.
No way. That's
It was
awesome.
Wheel of Fortune, so it could have been any.
Grab any letter you want.
Yeah,
You're
she couldn't
young.
afford, she couldn't
She
afford
bought
the
a U.
vowel.
I thought it was maybe like the nurse at the hospital didn't like the
Spelled
L
it
looked like
wrong.
a U,
Spelled it, yeah.
and then it was just like, we like that better.
Well, welcome to the show. We have tickets if you win on First 5 Notes to see Big Love, a tribute to Fleetwood Mac. It's going to be at Del Mar Hall on January 20th. And you just have to get 2 out of 3 in First 5 Notes. We'll play the first 5 notes of 3 different songs. You can guess the title or the artist, but you have to play against one of us, and you're playing against Nikki Glazer.
Yay.
Are you ready to go?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
All right, Albany, here's song number 1.
Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
It's gonna be a long.
Yeah, this is. Ooh!
Wait, you know we were talking about spelling your name before? This also has a spelling part to it.
Oh, yeah.
The title gets
You
spelled out.
demand.
You got it, Albany. She's you're humming. You got it. Keep going.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Do.
Keep going.
All
You're going to
I'm
get
asking-
it. Keep singing.
Oh, for a little.
Just a little bit.
Oh,
Let's play it again.
is it Baby You Got It?
Baby, you didn't get it.
You demand this from.
Yeah, if somebody's making fun of you, you know, they're not
they're dissing
not
you.
doing this. They're
They're
not showing you any.
Is it?
Rodney Dangerfield gets no.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know.
All right, Nikki.
RESPCT.
Yeah, respect.
baby.
Yes.
That's something that you are not getting from any of our listeners right now.
Not a very big song by Aretha, though.
No. It was a
That's
B-side.
Oh, yeah. All right, Albany, you'll get these next two. Here is song number 2.
Yeah.
Seems like she's
She's on
singing
it.
respect.
She's on it. No, she's right.
It's a time.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the night or early in the morning.
People often get lonely.
Not 2 in the morning. Not
Is it Matchbox 20?
Yes, Albany.
What a
making
relief,
comeback. All right, you were 1 for 2. You got to get this last one to win. Here's song number 3.
It's one of my favorites.
I know. I love this song.
Man, I don't
Dun,
have this.
dun, 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 dun,
You're
dun,
driving
dun.
along the highway, you might see one of these signs when there's
Like
fellas out there.
construction.
construction.
Oh, yes.
It's the name of the band.
Yes.
Oh, dang. I've never even heard of this song.
They
oh,
sing.
Lord.
It's a deep. This actually is a deeper cut. They sing "Down Under." Who can it be now?
Down under.
So what's the opposite of a lady?
Or
man?
ladies?
So
Ladies.
plural,
Multiple.
multiples of.
Men.
Okay.
Men at work.
Yeah.
Albany.
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 Congratulations, Albany. Welcome to the show. And we have a pair of tickets to Big Love, a tribute to Fleetwood Mac. They're going to be at Del Mar Hall on January 20th, and you will be there too. Hold on. We'll get all your info. We will play First 5 Notes again tomorrow on The Courtney Show.
The Courtney Show.
We're excited. Nikki Glazer stopped by the studio. We haven't talked to you, Nikki, since your sellout
God.
show at Stiefel Theater on New
It's
Year's
so
Eve.
long since then. It's only
it
been
was
a week.
So great.
Thank you.
It was a great show.
Oh, thank you so much. It was usually doing St. Louis shows. I get really nervous and I flub it somehow. And that was the first St. Louis show I've had maybe in a decade where I was like, okay, that was solid.
It was so good.
Where I didn't go. Usually I walk off and I go, because I'm in my head, my boyfriend's there, my boyfriend's family, all these people. And I feel like a lot of times, because I do the same thing, if someone that I like went to high school with makes good, like does achieve something and I go, oh, let's see what you do. Like you kind of judge, you want them to fail, kind of. So I had that sense of like, there's people, because I do it. It's the same reason I don't post things on Instagram, because I'm worried girls are going to screenshot it and then text their group chat about me and be like, look how sad and desperate she is. Or like, she thinks she looks hot. I don't post stuff because I do that to girls.
Yes.
So I'm the problem. It's me, Taylor Swift.
Every time I see Ludo, I do the same thing. I'm just like, these guys.
Who do they think they are?
What are they
No, but it was
doing?
just such a lovely night with just so many friends and family, and then everyone that came out was just so supportive. And it was the meet and greet afterwards. I will say I meet people after every show, like hundreds of people in each city, and so I get a good sense of like what people are like. St. Louis is good looking compared to other cities.
Easy over there.
They are. I was like, wow. It was remarkable. Like if it would have been Tulsa, I would have been like, Tulsa's hot. Like it was
That's
notable.
good.
I did every person. It seemed fake because every person that walked up, I go, "You are so pretty." You know, like it seemed like a thing I just say, but I don't say it unless I mean it.
That's good to know. Yeah, we're the anti-San Antonio. But that was such a fun night because it's only a few times a year that all of us are in the same place
Yes.
together outside of some sort of work environment. And we had like
or a funeral.
a bunch of Brandos.
I don't know. That would bring people together too. I don't know why I said it, but-
It's one or the other.
It would, yeah.
I'm trying to think of who. Yeah, well, let's not talk about it. Who would have to go for
I
it?
think
to be
about that
honest?
stuff all the time. I'm always like, with my group of friends, I'm like, my God, isn't this? I'll just say we'll be having like a great time watching, Casey Anthony murder doc or something, like just a classic great girls time. And I'll just go, isn't it weird? Like we'll all be at each other's funeral, and they'll be like, why would you bring that up? I'm
That's
like, I
you.
just think it's kind of beautiful. They're like, oh God, and I'm like, who's gonna be first? I pull out a knife, and then I go, just kidding. I'm kidding. Who wants to be though?
You get really
And I-
sad. There's one person
Kari.
that no one will be at their funeral.
Oh, that's really sad, Brando.
Think of it that way.
Oh man, yeah, because someone's gonna be the last.
It's the last one. None of the friends will be there.
Dear.
Sorry,
What a
everybody.
bummer.
I want to be the
man.
first one to go.
Or the Courtney Show on 106.5
really?
The Arch.
Chris always says that. He's always like, I don't, if I die. And I'm just like, no, don't you care about Like, we don't want to be sad. It would make
Yeah,
us
I don't
so
want people to
sad.
be sad, but it's better than me being sad.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Who needs it?
Who
Sadness.
needs it at all?
Yes.
We do have some texts. I got a message on the Cheney window and door text line. This made me laugh really hard. I think you guys will enjoy it. Suzanne sent a message and she said, I want to yell at you. This is to me. For ruining The Resident for me. Every time I watch it, I yell, stop whispering. I told my 16-year-old while we were watching it, and about halfway through, she said, I'm done. I can't watch it anymore. The whispering is constant.
Oh, really?
Nick did this to me because he's a sniper.
No.
He's a show sniper.
I love a show sniper.
And he snipes, so I don't even watch. It's been 2 seasons since I've watched it because he ruined it for me.
Because he pointed out that people just whispered the
It's
whole time?
the whole time.
Oh, God.
It's like
That's
always.
awful.
It's everything is very dramatic, and it's always whispering. It's like, what are you whispering for? So now I told her to blame Nick. It's his fault.
Is that show still on?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Still going strong?
Still go. I mean, I don't know about strong. Yes, it's in the lineup.
As strong as it can.
Have I ruined any shows for you by sniping? Because we talk during shows a lot, and we'll be like, "What?"
We ruin
watch that
them for
alone
each
show.
other. Well, we'll just go, nope. This is, always so glad how we agree when a show is just garbage. There was one that we were like, let's give it a try, because it was from writers that we liked of other things, and we both agreed mid-episode, I don't understand people that will just stay with a show they don't like.
Yes.
You do that sometimes, I think, where you'll be like, The Good Doctor or Suits.
Oh, man.
You watch
Suits.
like all of Suits, and it's a mediocre show.
No, Suits is good.
If you're going to be
Suits is good.
No, I'm a big Meghan Markle fan. But,
I'm glad that you guys agree, but I will say, as the person who probably watches shows or movies with both of you,
Yes.
more than anyone,
We
it
are.
is not always a lot of fun because a lot
No.
of things will get ruined.
Yes.
Well, you're like, well, that wasn't bothering me until you
The
said
sniper.
it. And you guys are like,
because
this script, the second act is a joke. And you're just like, all right.
I swear it's Nick. I have to watch things that I'm looking forward to alone.
Well, I can't watch
know
anything
better.
alone because I'm such a sniper. I have no one to snipe to.
Yeah.
And it just
takes it away.
The other day, my friend Anya, I go, let's watch something together. So we put on something at the same time so we could snipe together on text. But I can't watch things in a vacuum. I need to have someone to snipe with.
You have to?
I love it. I can't watch things alone. I watch no TV alone, zero TV. And if I'm with Chris, we'll watch 7 hours. So I love TV, but I just can't do it alone because I need to comment and make fun of it and go, why would they do this? Why would that make that
the
decision?
snipes are great, though.
It's so fun.
It's obviously like if you're going to watch with a sniper, you got to get
world-class
That's a whole service.
comic.
They
I would look
they
at
should
Nikki
offer
and
that.
Nick.
You,
Oh,
you
yeah,
should
that's
be
a
able
great
to
idea.
just dial in and
Yeah.
get a dial-a-snipe.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I should make like a website, you know, where they tell you like where the nude scenes are and certain things.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
websites
Mr.
for that.
Skin.
Yeah, I should have one for Miss
I know
Snipe.
it well.
Miss Snipe. And I just tell you all the places where like a boom mic is in the shot or like that is like not believable dialogue. You could see you could see the joke they were trying to make they couldn't make.
right? Or one where like the producer was like, "Hey, can you make this sort of a comment on this?"
Yeah, exactly. Or
Because like with your F Boy Island days, like you're like, "Oh yeah." The producer told her she had to say
I
something.
see what's
like
going
that.
on here, and I'm buying into all of it. I'm fully invested.
All right, well, we'll get to some texts tomorrow. I think we're out of.
Yeah,
I think we're out of
tomorrow,
time because we have Nikki Glazer
Sorry
here.
about
And we've
that.
got our song of the day that we need to do, too.
Texted.
The Great Taste Gang song of the day is coming up in just a few minutes. It's the Courtney Show on the Arch.
The Courtney Show.
All right, we're wrapping things up here for a Monday morning. Thank you to Nikki for hanging out with us.
Thanks for letting me hang out with you. It was nice. We're going to do leftovers?
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
And apparently you're coming to this important meeting because he said everybody.
Nikki and I were going to leave here and go have breakfast, but I guess
You have time.
we're okay.
Before an important meeting?
Well, before 11. I mean, you can get breakfast
yeah.
before 11.
Spots.
Can't you? I don't know.
I've got makeup to put on for this meeting.
They got breakfast
Do
all
marathon
day.
breakfast.
Do you want to borrow mine, Chris? I got my bag,
Oh
my
yes,
makeup bag
could you
here.
do my makeup?
Yes.
That'll be on the
We'll
leftovers.
draw your unibrow back in.
Janine has asked specifically to see the unibrow.
Thanks, Nikki, for stopping by. What's your schedule look like? What's coming up for Nikki Glazer?
Oh my gosh.
After your 11 o'clock meeting.
Yeah. I do my podcast from here at Nikki Glazer Podcast 2 times a week, and then I am on the road every weekend for the I guess rest of my life, I think. And I'm going to the Critics' Choice Awards with Chris this Sunday.
Oh, cool.
I'm nominated for my special Good Clean Filth, and I'll find out if I win on Saturday,
That's
but I'm still going on
awesome.
Sunday regardless.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So it'll be fun. We'll get to do the red carpet. I'm going to LA on
Gonna dress
Sunday.
up.
So they will be in the room in real time sniping on a television show as it's happening.
Dedicated to sniping.
And they'll
choices.
cut to Nikki when she loses, and I'll be like, these hacks.
This literally happened really quick. I was at the People's Choice Awards, and they had the camera on me for crowd shots. And there was a pre-tape segment. David Spade was giving an award to Adam Sandler, and I knew it was pre-tape because I was there, and he wasn't. And everyone in the crowd is looking around because the way it was shot, it was like he could be in the wings or something.
Yeah.
And they cut to me as after a joke because I was a good laugher, and they cut to me, and I'm mouthing to my friend, "This is a pre-tape."
So you were sniping.
And I go, "Oh no, I was sniping!" And everyone goes, "You said something. What did you say?" And I go, "You try to figure out what I said." No one can figure it out except my brother-in-law, who for some odd reason can read lips perfectly. And he goes, "You said it was a pre-tape." And I go, "How do you even know what pre-tape?" He works in the river industry. He doesn't even know what pre-tape means.
All right. Well, now I want to bring your brother-in-law in to see how great of a lip reader he
You gotta
is.
do that.
He's one of the
crazy.
coolest guys I know. He's so fun and funny.
Yeah, he is.
Well, that's that game. There's a game where you put headphones on. I think we should bring your brother-in-law in.
He's real good. He proved it to me then.
Okay, well, we need to wrap up the show, and we need to play the Great Taste Gang song of the day.
Yep.
And I love this one because this is somebody's suggestion that's been with us through the very beginning. Trish from SoCo, she sent a request in to have the Great Taste Gang song of the day we want to actually mention appliance discounters. Shop GE appliances and other brands at theappliancediscounters.com for pricing that beats all the competitors every day. Sorry, appliance discounters. I'll get that. I'll get better at that the more this goes on. But Trish from SoCo wanted to hear "What Is Love" by Howard Jones. That is our Great Taste Gang song of the day, brought to you by Appliance Discounters. Thank you, Nikki Glazer.
Thank you.
We'll be back tomorrow, 6 a.m. Have a great day.
The smartest way to do your homework is Hackman Lumber.
Warm weather means homework for homeowners. And for 80 years, Hackman Lumber has been the trusted name for home improvement. And if your homework means a new deck, turn to the deck experts at Hackman Lumber. Browse the largest inventory of decking materials and accessories in Missouri. Talk with their experts about treated lumber, cedar, TimberTech, Trex, Envision, AZEK, and Decorators to find the perfect deck for you. Choose from endless railings, balusters, and LED deck lighting options. Hackman Lumber has been serving homeowners and pros for 80 years, and they will not be undersold on in-stock decking materials, guaranteed. They're now an authorized steel dealer. Plus, check out their expanded paint department, brushes, rollers, painter's tape, and 4 lines of premium interior and exterior paint with custom color matching available. Visit Hackman Lumber's newly remodeled stores in St. Peters and Pacific, or their showroom in Troy, Missouri.
Hurt in a car accident? Injured on the job? At Cantor Injury Law, we know how overwhelming it can feel. With over 100 years of combined local legal experience and over $500 million won, we fight to get you the justice you deserve.
You can count on Cantor Injury Law to stand by your side. You pay nothing out of pocket. We only win when you win.
When you're injured, count on Cantor. Cantor Injury Law, 314-628-9999, or visit CantorInjuryLaw.com.
You can count on Cantor.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.